Hot Yoga Vinyasa Tutorials Part 1 in the Barkan Method Hot Vinyasa class, which I created back in 2002. There are 5 vinyasa sequences in total. That's how the class starts. So this tutorial, going back to Yoga Revive in Marlton, New Jersey, shout out to Paul and Shire, and we're going to clinic key postures in the first 3 vinyasas. Next week will be part 2. So let's head over to New Jersey and get started. All right, so first vinyasa. We don't want to just stand there, we want to stand with purpose. So even when you do any kind of yoga class, you're going to lift your toes, spread them wide, place them on the ground, just like you have a toe spreader. Do you ever, I don't know if you get pedicures, you get pedicures?
I see that about you.
It's the same thing. In fact, some of the football players actually use toe spreaders and they put them on their feet at night to help keep their feet, more
mobile. To use them when your feet are active, though.
Yeah. 4 corners evenly distributed. Inner thighs rotate in. This is what I got from Krishnamacharyans, especially John Friend. They call it the inner spiral. This is rotation in. Now look at Shire's lower back. She's going to arch it, which is what they do a lot in the Bikram world. We want to scoop it. So look how she turns the tailbone down. When she does that, she widens the sacrum and lengthens the spine. So arch it again. Turn it down. Now we don't want to tuck. That's why I'm not saying tuck. If you tuck it, it goes under too much. Go back to arch and scoop. Really important. And then this is what they call Samasthiti. If you bring your hands to your heart center, that would be Tadasana, and then arms overhead. And down she goes into a forward fold. The first thing we're going to do is runner's lunge. So she's going to step her right leg back. And the first thing you want to look at is the knee comes over the ankle. You can see a right angle under the thigh and down the calf muscle. You don't want that knee to come forward. If you bring that knee forward, you're going to torque the knee out. So get that knee over the ankle. Almost everybody, and Shire's doing it right now, this left hip comes too far forward. So this, make sure you just assume it's forward. Just pull the hip back to square, lift the hamstring to the ceiling, and try to get the heel directly over the toes on top of it. Good. And now back to high plank. If you can't do a push-up, drop to your knees. Still stay on your toes. Go down halfway where the biceps parallel and back up. Do that 50 times and see what happens to your tricep muscle. So you're still going to strengthen yourself. Don't do the snake. You know what the snake is? Yeah. But do it with your legs, not your knees on the ground though. Yeah. That's not going to do anything for you. Drop to your knees, suck it up, your ego, and after a short period of time, you won't need to do it anymore. So back to high plank. I like the shoulders. Somebody talked about that yesterday, and it's important to come forward past the wrists. We're going to hold the Mula Uddiyana. That's what they call the lower locks. That's the core. It's engaged. Perineum, pit of the belly. And down she goes, Chaturanga, back up to honor the Vishnu Ghosh lineage. Down Chaturanga to upward dog. But look how close her hands are now to her body. One of the big mistakes people make, especially the Bikram people, their hands are too far out in front, and then their shoulders are up to their ears. Do that. Shoulders to your ears, yeah. You see that a lot. So bring the hands back to your body. You're pushing into the floor with the tops of your feet. Put your feet flat a little bit more. Yeah, and the feet a little closer. And pushing into the floor with your hands. The chest opens. We only hold the first set. The first one for a long period of time. Later on, we go real quick. And then, after the first one, we go right away to downward dog. So flip your toes, downward dog. First priority is to get the shoulders back. In the Bikram world, they tight, straighten out everything on. Shoulders back. Don't lock it out. Soft elbows. Think of your chest going to your thighs. And it's okay to bend your knees a little bit. Don't worry, that's almost too much. Don't worry about getting your heels down. That'll come later. Because a lot of times, put your heels on the ground, and I want you to really round at your back. Yeah, more. A lot of times when people drop their heels down and their hamstrings are tight, this is what happens. We don't want it. So if we bend our knees a little bit, this flattens, see? And then eventually the heels touch. Do that later. Okay? All right, come back up for a second. Let's look at the jump throughs and jump backs. You're good at that, right? I hope. Arms overhead, down she goes. She's going to lengthen and look up, fold back. Lengthen and look up is always from the look up position. You're going to hold the core and you're going to float back to low plank, hold back up. That's what they don't do in the traditional vinyasa world. They go right to upward dog. Back down again, upward dog to downward dog. And then jump through. Whoa. You can do exactly what you did. You can do a little spring low, but I want you to do it in slow motion. Bend your knees and come forward a little bit, and then back again. So you're going to spring low. Do that again. Bend your knees forward and back. So now do it in full regular time. The key is to get the hips all the way forward to the mirror, to the front wall. Mirrors, by the way, are a unique thing in hot yoga. You won't see mirrors in a Ashtanga class or a Yangra class. So the hips come forward. And there's the jump through. Hold the core. However, if you have issues with your knees, with your feet, if you're really struggling, just walk back, just step back, just step through. Like the guy, his foot was hurting. I said, don't jump back anymore. The core is real important. And then you get tired.
Yeah.
So then you flop back. You want to try to avoid that. And maybe at that point, you may want to start walking back.
When you hear a student like
Thud, yeah.
thud.
Yeah, you may want to go to them and say, look, work on the core and you got to be careful. You may want to only do it the first 1 or 2 times and then otherwise you can hurt yourself. All right, moving on. Let's go to downward dog for the second vinyasa. Let's do the left leg. Step the left leg through, even though we always start with the right leg. Hands on the hips, peel your stomach off the thigh, arms overhead, and it's okay to bend the back leg a little bit at first, not so too much, so you can get down lower. That's the modification. Bend the knee, that'll allow you to get lower. And then, when you're as low as you can, eventually the thigh parallel, just like runner's lunge, straighten the back leg. Drop your shoulders. Good. This is what we call in our style of yoga, warrior. Come up a little bit more. If you're high like this, you don't want to take the advanced option. And a lot of people do it anyway because they see everybody else do it. You interlace your fingers and go into a back bend right where you are now. Nothing's going to happen there. All you're going to do is torque your shoulder out. So you're better off looking at the front mirror, separate your hands, drop your shoulder. As you drop your shoulders down, that'll help lower you down and straighten the back leg. Correct. And come down a little more. Okay, now, if the back leg is straight and the thighs parallel, straighten your back leg. That's the hard thing, by the way. We're going to interlace the fingers. We can set the shoulders by bringing the arms in front. Do you do that?
No.
Do that. Yep. Guess where I got that from? Jessica.
Yep.
And then go back from there. Pushing off the toes, straighten the back leg. That's the hard part. You can see Shire's still struggling, even though she's not really warmed up yet. This leg has to be straight. Back, 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 back. Yes. And there's the advanced option. That's the hardest part, is straightening that back leg. Kneeling salute.
What's up? Yeah,
we do it at the end of class for us too.
And I see
Come a little bit forward.
And had everyone demonstrating it.
Kneeling salute. I do different than Bikram. Bikram has the heel really close to the thigh and his knee is sticking way out in there. You know why he does that? Because Bikram's legs are this big. He can't do it the right way. That's actually one thing I changed on when I went to Jessica's school for the first time. She was doing this pose with her knee weight over there. I said, just get it off the wall. Please get it off the wall. Instead, we want the knee over the ankle to protect the joint. Otherwise, you're going to torque the knee out. We want the hip under the knee. So there's 2 right angles there. And also, this is a really important thing, and Shire's almost doing it a little bit. You don't want the foot to come in here. A lot of times people do that. You want it in the same line. And if you're a teacher, if someone's new to the class, they're going to go on their toes on this one. You've got to make sure to get that foot flat so we can push into the shin here when we go into our back bend. So, arms overhead, interlace the fingers, down you go, head to knee. You still get your foot a little bit more forward than that. Mm-hmm. Inhale up, exhale back, push into the shin, kneeling salute. If I were to push here on her, I just stabilized her position. She went, oh, thank you for that. Mm-hmm. and then reaching all the way back. Nice? Good?
Okay.
Don't worry about pushing it. In other styles of vinyasa, they have their knee way back, and then they go into their back bend and they go forward on the front knee. This is a completely different position. I'm not saying it's wrong.
I think that's the one
It's
I
different.
actually wrong.
I'm going to post this video on YouTube. Show it to them before the class.
Yeah. But at the present moment, like, I don't know.
I know,
what
I
I'm
know,
doing
I know.
wrong.
All right, we're moving on. Come on up. Let's do. We're going to the third vinyasa. Let's do revolving triangle. We did triangle on Friday night. Sorry if you guys weren't here, but we're doing revolving triangle. So, I think she's in maybe a little bit bigger step than that. Not much. Yeah. I like the back foot 45 degrees. We're heel to heel. You could bring your heel back a little bit more. Yeah. It's okay to go a little bit further out than she did to help keep the hips square. Hands in the hips. The left arm comes up, which is opposite from the right leg out, and down she goes, placing your hand onto your shin. Let's look at that first as a modification. And then you just lift your chest. You can even bring this hand down to the other side, and that would be an extreme modification for this pose, right there. Okay, now back here again. Or the foot, you can use the hand to the foot, or the floor, but look how her back all of a sudden just went down. So even though Shire's an advanced student, it's more anatomical. So I would have her to use the block. Now, look at her back is nice and tabletop. I still go on the fingertips though, maybe. So now you're yeah. Okay, there you go. One of the things that they do in the Krishnamacharyan world, let's switch legs for a second. That I don't, and I got this from them, and I don't like the way that a lot of people do, is that they lead with their arm and they just come up like that. No. Go twist. Yeah. So they lead with their arm to come up right away. They just bring their arm up. I don't like it. I like the big toe mount on the floor, outside knife edge, inner thighs in, hips are square, tailbone scoops so we can lengthen the spine so the crown of the head comes out of the middle of the mat, not to the corner of the mat. Because this is another big problem. They go like this, and there's a C shape here. We want, instead, go back, go out that way. No, with your head. Just scoop the tail. We want this to be vertical line. So that's why I'm pulling back on the hip here. See that now it's a vertical line? See it? Now we're going to go lower, middle, upper, back, shoulder, head. And as a result of the upper torso turning, the arm comes up at the end. So you don't lead with the arm. Torso, arm comes last. And then you continue to check in with your foundation, pushing into here, getting that hip back. I just stabilized her position again, yes? Mm-hmm. Yes?
Yes.
And left hand down.
She stays.
I would say she should use the block, yeah. I use the block too. It's not because she needs to modify, it's because it's the length of her torso.
Right.
Yeah, so you guys should get more blocks now for this class. Most of you should have a block for this pose. Let's go back a little bit to triangle. And let's do, go to triangle. And let's talk about, actually do the other way. Yeah, let's talk about the bind. Ardha, Purna, Baddha Trikonasana, bound angle. So she's gonna first of all drop up here, hip down here. Yep, now drop your hand down. No, drop your hand down, yeah. So we're gonna take that right arm, swing it around. No, this way first. No, this way. Right hand comes behind in a half bind, and a lot of you are, now do your half bind. A lot of you are gonna be right there. In fact, that's too much. Come like here. Don't worry about trying to come up into bird of paradise if you're in a half bind. Just stay here and work on rotating your upper body back. That's it. Or full bind. And then from full bind, you're going to heel toe to the front of the mat. Press down to rise up. The upper knee comes to vertical as you can get it before you extend the leg out. See, she's not straightening her leg yet. Get it up, get it up, get it up, get it up, and now the leg goes. But don't point your foot so much, relax it. Look over your right shoulder, point the foot, spread the toes. That's it. And then back to lunge, back to downward dog. Here's a little side note for standing bow. Don't point your foot so vehemently in the beginning. Point, 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 point. You're creating tension. Relax the foot. Let it go. Kick, 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 as high as you possibly can, then point the toe. By pointing the toe right from the start, tension. Same thing here. Welcome back to my home. So there it is. The key postures in the first 3 Barkan Method Hot Vinyasa sequence. Next week will be part 2. As promised, here's where I'm going to be coming up in January 17th, Barkan Method Workshop on Saturday at Hatha Yoga. January 23rd to 25th, flying out to Albuquerque, New Jersey. I haven't been there in a while. I look forward to coming back at Blissful Spirits. We'd love to have you join us. So that's our episode for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, hit the notification bell. Any questions or comments, let me know if you enjoy this format, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.